Yo, it's your boy KB here, and the video you're about to see is my mom's testimony about her cancer. I haven't made it publicly just to keep it for private, but this is a true testimony to see how God truly works miracles. And for any people who have parents that want them to come back to the faith or to develop a relationship with Jesus, this is a true testimony that if you just walk the walk yourself, and if you show the fruits of Jesus in your life, other people will be inspired by your actions and how you live and just how your life has completely changed. So during this process has been a tough process, but I'm very surprised at how strong that I have been throughout all this. Not to brag, but it's all to point to God. It's all to point to Jesus and how he sustained me. And this is one of my favorite verses, is how he says, the wise man builds the house on a solid rock, but the foolish man builds it on sand. And the foolish man doesn't do what God tells him to do, right? The wise man always does what God tells him to do. And remember, the reason why God tells you to do something specific, even if you don't want to do it, it's for your own good. It's to keep you out of trouble. It's to increase your strength. It's to increase your joy. It's to increase your peace. Everything that God tells you to do is not because, oh, he's God and he wants to control you. No, it's because he cares for you. He wants to give you a great life of joy, happiness, peace, success, prosperity, all those things he has for you. But remember, obedience comes before the blessing. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and talk soon.
So, this is my testimony that God does have power. He's been so good to me. He hasn't let go of me. I leaned on him for revelation is that I had a really beautiful dream with him. He showed up in my dream. He put something in my hand, and when I looked, it was a key. And to tell you the truth, the color was like, everything was like purplish. And as he gave me that key in my hands, he just disappeared. And he planned this for me. I'm sure many years. My son was the one. I always looked at him and admired his faith in God. And I felt bad that his faith was stronger than mine. And I truly believe that he selected my son. It's a beautiful story, because as he brought me back into church, I didn't know that I had this disease until much later on.
I'll just record it.
Okay. Just say this is my mom's shape off after her treatment. You got more than me.
This is my lovely mom, and she has been going through multiple myeloma cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were in the hospital for
15 days.
15 days, but you got diagnosed when?
In May, and then in June, I started my infusion every Fridays, 3 times a week, until November. That was my last infusion. Then I had some stem cell collections sometime in November, and that was for the January stem transplant that they were gonna do. And then I was admitted in the hospital from January 9th till yesterday, which was January 25th. I got my very hard chemo the 10th, and then God gave me another born day. It's a happy birthday transplant born day on January 11th. I'm blessed for that, and through those days in the hospital, it wasn't easy. I got an anxiety attack, but I've been medicated for that. I got a lot of side effects, the diarrhea, the no appetite. I even got hemorrhoids, and it was kind of tough. There's some days that I could say clearly what happened. There's some days that I'm not too clear about it, I guess because I don't want to remember it, but I'm just glad I went through it. I had a revelation in the hospital with God. So, this is my testimony that God does have power. He's been so good to me. He hasn't let go of me. I leaned on him for a lot of things, and he's come through for me. And my revelation is that I had a really beautiful dream with him. He showed up in my dream, sitting in a bright, very bright place. And the light was shining very bright. I felt it like, it was a very healing light. And as I approached him with my hand, he put something in my hand, and when I looked, it was a key. And to tell you the truth, the color was like, everything was like purplish. And as he gave me that key in my hands, he just disappeared. And when I woke up from this dream, I said, okay, what does this key mean? I don't understand it. But the only thing that I could say is that he's given me a new life, and the key is my new life, and I have to continue it. I'm loving it, and he's just got to show me how I can now pay it forward. And I know he will. I know he'll show up again and give me that message. But in the meantime, I'm always praising him. Please, if you don't believe, do believe that there is a God. And he works his miracles. And this was planned. I know it has been. He planned this for me. I'm sure many years. My son was the one. I always looked at him and admire his faith in God. And I felt bad that his faith was stronger than mine. And I truly believe that he selected my son.
I'm sorry you're feeling that way. Talking to a friend.
I'm sure that he selected my son so that he could bring me in. And that's a beautiful story. Because as he brought me back into church, I didn't know that I had this disease until much later on. And I truly believe and then reflect the fact that he planned this out just for this moment. So I'm out of the hospital, thank God. Everything went its course as it is supposed to. So I did well. My cells are starting to grow again in my body, so it's new cells. So I'm home again, which is beautiful. My husband, I'm so proud of him. He's taken a lot of what I'm feeling with him. I know he's been stressed out. My son too. They don't talk, but I see it. You know, my husband hasn't been sleeping. My son either. I'm sure that, you know, it has affected them. But they're here, you know, they're giving me that support. So I'm home now, so it's what really counts. Through this treatment, the harsh treatment of chemo, my hair now is falling, and it's just, you know, I just have like little strands now. And I'm really, you know, I've accepted this. I'm going to embrace this. And my hair is going to grow, just like my faith will be as well. So my son is here. He loves cutting hair. He's going to cut off my hair. Like I said, I'm ready to have this all off so that I could start brand new. And hopefully my hair, that brand new hair that comes out, will be stronger and stronger, just like my faith will be. Okay?
Any words for people who are going through cancer or who just found out?
The only thing that I could say is, you know, when I was told that I had multiple myeloma, I knew my world fell. I was like, I never asked. It's so weird that I never said to God, why me? Why this happens to me? I said, okay, something is happening to my body, and you can't say you hate cancer because you can't not be hating cancer. You have to understand it, where it comes from, so that you could automatically attack it. And that's what you got to do. At that moment, you got to say and stay in control. Yes, there was moments that I was not in control because, you know, a lot of things comes into your head about, you know, dying, about, you know, you're leaving your family. You didn't plan for this. But all I could say is just stay strong. Take it one day at a time. It's not easy. If you take it all at once, you're going to drown. Don't do that to yourself. Just take it one day at a time. If you can, go to work. Work for me was really therapy, and you want to stay home. So I worked. The days that I couldn't go to work, I stood home, you know. So just take it one day at a time, and always, always have faith. Pray every day, you know. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, but I'm not a religious person. You don't have to be a religious person. You just have to have faith in him and have a conversation like God is your friend, like Jesus is your friend. And he will hear you out. Believe me, I've been there. And I think that I've reached the peak of my this ailment. I know that I've been healed because I know that light was a healing light. I know it for a fact. And that same day, I just felt him all over. I felt his presence. I know that he has healed me. So all I can say is don't overwhelm yourself. You know, don't try to see the future, because it's not in your hands, it's in God's hands. And just, you know, pray every day. He'll hear you, you know. He will hear you. He has powers. He's merciful. He's forgiving. And he's wonderful. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Papi. Love you.
How you like it? Let's see. You like it?
Love it.
It looks
New
nice.
me.
New you?
Yep, new me. Gotta embrace it.
And to all the I guess, children that have parents, just keep praying and know that God is faithful, and that if you keep praying, know that people do change, and God works miracles. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Amen.
What else? That's it?
Yeah, until next time.
Shave your eyebrows?
No, I need those. But, maybe for the next one, it'll be, a more positive video with, with the new change. Right now, this is just, the letting go of the past, of what was, so.
Okay.
See you guys. God bless.
Bye.